Do you have any maps or anything? Okay. Oh, okay. The hour having reached 4 p.m., we will call this meeting of the Fremont County Board of Zoning Adjustment to order. It has been a year and a half since this board met, so we have some duties to take care of as far as the annual election of chairman and vice chairman. So the chair will entertain a motion to nominate a chairman for this board.
I'll nominate you. Who was president, who was the vice president? The
Chairman?
chairman and vice chairman.
I was chairman last go-round.
Oh, were you? Oh, that's good.
And who, I think Dave Bowden was vice chairman.
Oh, all right, I had, in my mind, it was the other way around.
No.
I'll second that nomination.
Okay, any others? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, I need a vice chairman. Anybody want to nominate a vice chairman?
Go ahead, I don't. Guys, I'll be honest, I'm probably gonna be out of this.
I'll do it, that's fine.
All right.
I'm happy to.
So I'll nominate Matt Landis as vice chair.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, congratulations.
I think.
All
I
right.
can't vote against myself.
No. All right, we have a brief agenda. We have 2 items. Are there any other items to be added or any other changes to today's agenda? If not, I will hear a motion to approve today's agenda.
I'll move.
I'll second.
Motion and a second to approve today's agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? All right. We have the February 23rd, February 21st, 2023 Board of Zoning Adjustment meeting minutes. I just realized that that was 8 days after I got a new hip, so I must have attended this meeting on a walker, didn't I?
You got out 8 days? I've been out a month and a half, they've been keeping me restricted.
Anyway, any changes, discussion on the minutes of the February 21st, 2023 minutes? I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion or second to approve the minutes of the 2023 meeting.
Oh,
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Abstain.
Now we can get on with business of today's agenda. The first item for consideration is 24-001 Yoder requesting approval for variance from the Fremont County zoning resolution for the property at 472 Basswood Lane. This is up west of Canyon City, right? Way into the back country. All right. Hear a report from the department.
So the staff report for the BOZA 24001 Yoder, the applicant is Stan Yoder. He is requesting an approval for a variance from the Fremont County zoning resolutions for the property located at 472. The property development requirements, minimum lot size area is 4.5 acres. Maximum lot 15%, coverage is 15%, maximum building height 35 feet, minimum lot width 300 feet, minimum setback requirement. Front yard setbacks 50 feet, side yards 25 feet for interior lot lines and 50 feet for corner lot lines. The rear lot setback would be 50 feet, and he's proposing he needs the side yard setback to be 5 feet, is what he's asking for his variance, for his side yard. His lot coverage is gonna be 1.28% with the coverage that he will have on there. Front yard is 180 feet and the rear is 238.
So we're requesting a variance from the regulations of 25 feet down to a 5-foot side lot
Setback.
setback.
Yes.
Does the applicant want to say anything other than, and is the applicant here? Mr. Yoder?
I don't really have anything to add to this.
Okay.
Just the way the lay of the land is, makes it really, I don't have that other 20 feet due to the rock out.
Okay.
And the department did put in, I put in some photos in your packets in there if you guys want to check out the lot a little bit.
Thank you.
So you have no neighbor or any dwelling closely adjacent to you?
I don't have a lot of.
Oh, okay.
Any questions of the department or the applicant?
So the department does have a recommendation, if BOZA does approve him, that we need an ILC with a registered surveyor to complete everything. That's our recommendation.
Okay.
Would that be an improvement location certificate?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Chair will entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve the variance, accepting the department's recommendation.
I'll second that.
All right, motion and a second to allow the variance on the side lot setback from 25 feet to 5 feet with the stipulation of the surveyor requirement to be completed. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Here you go, Mr. Yoder. You can put that young man to work now. All right.
Give him a short shovel.
Sorry that this delay, we're trying to get this board reconstructed, so it's taking some time to get a quorum together.
Understood, thanks for working.
Thank you. All right, second item on the agenda, 24-002. How do you pronounce the name? Fluky. Okay, thank you. Requesting approval for variance for property at 17225 Highway 115 in Penrose. Department report.
The department's staff report for BOZA 24001 is fluky, the applicant is and fluky. They are requesting an approval for a variance from the Fremont County zoning resolution for the property located at 17225 State Highway 115 in Penrose, Colorado. The development requirements for this lot is the minimum lot area for the lot comprising of any areas 7,500 square feet or more, but less than 2 acres shall be serviced business zone district 4.14, section 4, page 5, by public water and sewer. Lots comprising of any area of 2 acres or more, but less than 4 and 1.5 acres shall be serviced by public water. Lots comprising 4.5 acres or more may be serviced by any individual well or individual sewage disposal systems. The maximum lot coverage is 65%. in a business zone. Minimum lot width would be 75 feet with public sewer and water, 100 feet without public sewer and water. Maximum building height is 50 feet. Minimum setback requirements, what we're covering today is front yard would be 40 feet, side would be 10 feet, with a street adjacent to the side property line. The side yard setback adjacent to the street shall be 15 feet. 2 additional feet for each story over 1 story in a business lot, and rear yard setbacks would be 20 feet. Also, the minimum 25-foot setback is required if the property is adjacent to a state or federal designated highway, which this one is on 115. They are proposing that they need a variance for all setbacks in this lot.
Repeat what you said about the highway?
That a minimum 25-foot setback is required if property is adjacent to a state or federal designated highway, which this one is, it's designated, it's right off 115.
Okay.
It's just one setback.
Yeah. Speak and press a button so it turns green.
Okay, so the only setback we're requesting, I think it popped up, there we go, is the one off the main highway, just that front setback, not all 4.
Got it. In the variance, it asked that it was all setbacks. So that's why I was just making sure that that's exactly what it said in the variance request.
So no, we were only
it's just
requesting
the front off the highway.
front, that's right. We've made the current correct ones, the other 2 sides, and the one in the back is what's required by group.
With the ditch?
Yes, with
All right,
the
cool.
ditch.
All right, I'm a little bit confused to where we're at, and if you could point out what she was talking about.
So what she's talking about, the variance that they're asking and requesting for is right off here with the front. The highway is here on 115, this is their front lot, and they're requesting that they have the variance without the 25 feet, they only want 10.
Okay, so instead of a 25-foot requirement,
With the requirement on the highway, yes.
all right, so to request a variance of just a
Just the
10-foot
10 foot off the
setback.
front setback.
And there's no other setbacks on any other side. What's the use of the property now?
It's got a shed on it, there's really nothing on it right now.
Are there any problems with the state highway department with that shorter setbacks? Anybody talk to them?
We have an approval sent to the planning team that they agreed to our setback. It's an email.
Okay.
The department has that?
We do have it in their CDP. We didn't get it with the variance request. But it is in the CDP, so.
And these are going to be storage units?
Yes, it's gonna be a storage unit facility, RV and storage.
Okay. Questions for staff?
The backs of your storage units would face the highway, so there wouldn't be anybody pulling in and out?
I'll let our civil engineer speak to the details.
I'm sorry?
Our civil engineer is here and can speak to the details.
Hello, Jim Brostovich, Civil Resources. We did the site plan for this. We actually looked at a couple of different alternatives for this site. It's an odd shape, and it has a big setback along the ditch. So we looked at a couple of different ways that we could build on this site. We could put a building right in the middle that met all the setbacks, but it'd be one building, and pretty much the whole site would be paved around it, just to get the driveways all the way around it. With this approach here, we can kind of have the garage doors face the interior, and we just have one driveway in the middle that is big enough for a fire truck to turn around in. The only problem is we can't make that work unless we have the setback variance. So you'll end up with more green space or non-developed space in this plan than we would if we just had one building in the center with a drive aisle circling around it, so.
So the drawings that we have before us is option 1 is compliant with the setbacks, and option 2 shows those units
Is it these,
with the variance.
is it this colored?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, so this option one,
yes.
all the red would be drive aisle.
So you'd be having a pretty tight lot.
It's pretty tight, and you can see all the red would be drive aisle. The green back here is the ditch setback, which we can't really do anything with. This is our detention pond in the southwest corner. The alternate plan, which is the one we've presented for this, is, you know, a lot more green, just one drive aisle in the middle. And, but it requires a setback variance to make that work.
And you're from Windsor? You're getting out of a busy growth place, aren't you?
Well, we're the general contractor for the project.
Oh,
and
okay.
We're the owner who lives in Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay. Other questions for either the applicant or this department?
We do have a recommendation for denial, seeing that it is off the highway there, and the lot is odd shaped already, but it can be met with setbacks. And if the board does deem it necessary for approval, we do require an ILC also with this for a certified surveyor.
Are there, she indicated that you have an email from CDOT
Yes.
that they're okay with this. Are there any, where's the access point off of, to the property? Where's that access point?
So on your map there, you'll see the bottom left corner off of that building, that little red spot that's touching.
Okay.
That is the access point for the highway. And in the email with CDOT, it is a temporary access to them until there's further improvements possible with Penrose, with the roads, with H and I over there behind them. And that's just the way it's gonna stay until it's improved with H Street. So they could have a second access, but until that is developed, that is their temporary entrance for that lot.
So what would happen, what would have to happen on H, did you say H Street?
H would have to be developed.
Oh, it's not developed now?
No, it is not developed.
Yes, sir.
Would you, could you put up the site plan again, please?
Wrong one. There you go.
So on this plan here, we've actually contemplated that. The northwest corner is kind of hard to read, but there is a provision that if H Street does go through, this site will still work. The primary access out to highway, out to the 115 would be closed, and the access, where it says future access to H Street at the north, the upper left-hand corner. So this site will work both ways, and it could actually work both ways with either scenario. So we've accommodated for that scenario.
To the department's knowledge, there's no short-term or long-term plans to develop H Street.
To our knowledge, no.
And CDOT did clarify that they have.
Okay, so the other question is that, because I'm having trouble placing exactly where this is. Is this a right turn only to access onto 115?
They had, see, we have an access permit from CDOT, and they didn't restrict the access.
There's no median there?
There's no median in this location.
There's no median there. It's just an in and out.
It's almost the last thing the last property in Penrose before you start
Before you
going
get
down.
downtown.
Right
towards
around the
Colorado
water
Springs.
district,
Yeah.
right where the Beaver Creek and the water district meet, is that basically where that lot is.
Okay, so then my other question is, you can turn right, turn left. Is there any is by allowing the variance, restricting any sight for motorists making that left, well, making
Yeah.
either right or left turn.
No, the building would still be 85 feet off of the,
So there's plenty of sight.
off the existing lane. So there's plenty of sight distance.
And that's still, that's a 4-lane up through there, right?
It is
There's no
4
plans to
Yes,
widen.
it is.
Yeah,
150.
It's already,
here's-
4 lanes.
No, here, this is a good.
Okay, yeah.
So you can see that this looks pretty reasonably accurate. The
Okay.
blue line is the property line. So you can see how much distance there is to the highway from the blue line.
So the department is recommending denial. Is the department's recommendation based on anything other than the fact that you believe they can meet the setback requirements with their existing parcel?
No, sir. Other than they can actually meet the setbacks, there's no other reason why.
Okay.
We do have a 3D rendering if there's helpful feedback as to what it looks like, but it's part of our CP submission. So.
And aside from the green space, is there any other advantages or disadvantages or harm you might feel of choosing option 1 versus 2?
Well, I mean, to be honest, yes, option 1 is less building square footage and more drive aisles, so it may, you're spending more on the development. You get a lot of drive aisles and not a lot of product with it. So by inverting it, you get more product and less drive aisle. So it's a better development, sans, except of course for the.
Does that mean more units or
More units.
larger units?
More units or larger units. The unit mix is not 100% certain, but the square footage of the buildings on the option that we would like to build, there's more square footage. It may be broken up a little differently, but there's more building and less drive aisle.
Does option 2 affect your stormwater discharge plan? Because of
Either
more
way,
roofs?
either way would work. We have a detention pond designed that could.
Well, either way, okay.
Yeah, that would work either way. The pond would probably need to be a little bit larger for option 1 because there's a lot more, there's less green space on the site. So we have a little bit smaller pond with option 2, but we could design a pond for option 1.
And no comments from neighboring property owners?
No, we received no comments.
Okay.
Are we open for discussion yet?
Yes, absolutely.
I like option 2 better than I do 1. I think it'll be more attractive on the road. We don't, Penrose is still kind of an open area. But that would be my main comment.
Anyone, any other input from the board? Chair would be in position to entertain a motion.
I would make a motion that we approve this, I don't know what number it is, but anyway, with the option 2.
Approve the variance.
Approve the variance, yes.
I'll second.
With the stipulation.
With the stipulation of the,
Oh, yeah.
The ILC will be required.
okay, with the IOC required. Any other discussion?
Clarification on the ILC, when would you need that after the building is?
Yes, if it is approved, then we will need it before that CDP goes through.
So we already have a full survey. This is all based on full Ulta survey. So we probably already have that in the CDP application.
Okay, as long as it's done before the application is completed.
Any other discussion?
No, sir.
All, Did you have something else to add? Okay. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is approved, the variance is granted. Just for future reference, my memory serves me that in the past, did we have a packet? I know that you sent out the documents. It seemed to me like in the past, we had packets that showed some of the maps.
It's kind of like the discussion we had in the department. We weren't quite sure what we wanted, that you guys wanted, since you don't have tablets. So it's however you guys want to set it up, if we want to do those packets.
Well, for me, I don't know about the other members. For me, a site map and a sketch plan would go a long ways to understanding the application better when we walk in the door. And I think we get the gist of what the requests are on the variances, but just like the first applicant, to know how rural that property is, I think has an impact on.
So would you like more of like an open GIS type map to kind of give you an idea of what's around it?
Yeah.
If it goes up in the hills, it would help.
I mean, just like on the last applicant, where we had the site map of the vicinity of this property in relation to the highway, that was, I think, a great help too, so.
Well, at one point, they used to have a video of the site. Walk you on the site and you could see it here when you got here. Do you remember? Or maybe that before?
Well, no, I think we had that on certain applications. I don't know if we had it on all of them, but I think we did have either video or some photos.
Or both.
Or both. Okay.
Yeah, something a little bit more robust than the application itself would be very helpful. Whether it's something like this and a GIS map, if you guys have the ability to do a GIS map along with it, that is always informative.
Perfect, yeah, we can actually grab you a GIS grab for you.
And I don't, if that's too complicated to send by email, I know in the past you said, your packets are ready to pick up at the department, so.
We can prep a packet if that's what if you guys prefer that, we can do that.
Yeah, that's the way I think we had proceeded in the past. All right, I've signed your minutes from a year and a half ago. Is there any other business we need to take care of? All right.
No, sure, that's it.
There being no, just the fact that I guess we'll wait and hear from the Board of County Commissioners to see who they appoint to, we have one vacancy and then so Gardner was appointed to fill a full term. Okay, so then we'll have a vacancy for a member and an alternate. Okay. So we'll look forward to hearing. And did you say, Jim, that you were thinking about stepping down?
I am saying because of health problems and stuff, I feel bad last time I couldn't come. And I think that's why the poor people were delayed. But for the last meeting we talked about.
Okay.
But,
Well, just as a reminder, if you do decide, make sure that they get a letter or email in writing.
well, if you got enough applicants, I may just.
Well, 4.
4, and you only need 2 more?
Good applicants.
Well, I personally contacted 2 of them, assuming the 2 that I contacted submitted.
At least one of them.
Okay. Well, it's up to you, Jim.
No.
We're not gonna pressure you. All right.
You've been trying to kick me off for how long?
No.
That's my story.
We would never do that. All right. There being no further business, we are adjourned at 4:30 PM.
Thank you.
Thank you again.